overhand and pronated in a pull-up grip, underhand and supinated in a chin-up grip, or somewhere in between. Understanding what grip to use based on a balanced view of what muscles we want to work, what skills we want to learn, and just generally what we enjoy doing can leave us with a real conundrum. So today we're going to be going through the pros and the cons of each. But first, let's go through the muscles worked here, because contrary to popular belief, if you use any of the grip types we're going to be discussing today, you will build muscle and strength in the bicep, lats, traps, and the delts. These are the main drivers of any movement that involves downward rotation and extension at the shoulder. But that being said, having a better understanding of what other muscles are being worked here can better explain why changing the grip has such a drastic effect on our performance. In the chin-up grip, the most obvious notable change is the increased bicep activation. One of the roles of the biceps is this rotation at the forearm, so turning the wrist out in a supinated grip will allow us to get a deeper contraction on this muscle. And because biceps are capable of quite incredible force output, that can really help with the chin-up movement. But that isn't the only reason why chin-ups feel so accessible. Many believe this bicep activation is the sole reason why chin-ups feel easier than pull-ups. But the fact though is that the larger driver of all of these movements is the lats, and they are stronger at driving shoulder extension than they are arm adduction. And chin-ups being more focused on extension allow the bigger muscles at play to work the way that they want to. In the pull-up, we shift the focus from the biceps to the brachioradialis. And right off the bat, we can see that this is a far smaller muscle than the larger biceps that we've just been speaking about. Bigger muscles generally produce more force, and as an elbow flexor, the brachioradialis only plays a minor role when compared to the biceps. Pull-ups tend to better engage the muscles in the upper back though. We've probably all heard of this cue in pull-ups to pull your elbows into your back pocket, and the rear delts, traps, rhomboids all fire up for this. In the neutral grip, we have the best balance across the two extremes. We get the bicep activation from having the arms slightly supinated, but not so much that the brachioradialis no longer plays an assistance role. Okay, so anatomy lesson over. What are the pros and the cons of the grip type? How do we rate them? And let's start with the positives and get our teeth into the pros. And the good thing about the chin-up is that you actually end up with a deeper eccentric stretch on the lats. Because by pulling the arm in front of us like this, the lats, which insert the humerus, the upper arm, are taken further away from their point of origin. All things kept equal, we know that a bigger stretch on the muscle will elicit a better growth response. So it's no wonder why people typically feel the lats more in a chin-up when compared to a pull-up. With the hands slightly more in front of us as well, we also gain a mechanical advantage for pulling out of that bottom position when compared to the pull-up. Also, this position, as we mentioned earlier, leads to better leverage of the lats in shoulder extension and the biceps in elbow flexion. Basically, chin-ups not only activate more of the larger muscles across the board, but because of this, it makes this movement more intuitive for a beginner and easier to feel the muscles being worked here. On to the pros of the pull-up now, and the biggest one is that it has a far higher ceiling. With pull-ups, not only is adding weight far more sustainable, but we can use the pull-up as a springboard to so many other calisthenic skills. More to the point is that if you work on your pull-ups, your chin-ups will likely improve in a way that doesn't really work the other way around. The more open position of a pull-up also means that we get a significant stretch under load on the pecs in that bottom position, and we can reap the spillover gains from that. And just a quick point, this probably shouldn't be on this video, but I'm going to put it in here anyway. Pull-ups just tend to have that aura factor. Clean pull-ups just seem like more of a wow exercise, and no matter what athlete you are, at whatever stage of fitness you are, a clean pull-up can just make you feel amazing, and ultimately, isn't that why we do this? And just quickly, in terms of the benefits of the neutral grip, the biggest benefit here is just the balance of stress across all the muscles involved. This just means that we don't tend to see as many issues with neutral grip practitioners as we do with those who smash out supinated or pronated grips. Now onto the downsides, and the biggest downside of the chin-up is that having a fixed bar forces our elbows to flex and extend while having the rotational forces acting on them. If you don't have the mobility to do this under load, then your wrists and elbows will not be able to rotate in line with these shearing forces, which can develop into overuse injuries. Now, you may argue that a remedy to this is to just use rings, which have all the give that we would need in order to stop our wrists and elbows being locked in. But it takes more discipline to ensure that the chin-ups remain chin-ups and don't just become ring pull-ups where we rotate our hand position throughout the rep and lose some of the chin-up benefits that we mentioned earlier. Because a far larger demand is being placed on far smaller muscles, pull-ups can be really difficult to learn, and this is the reason why so many people simply prefer to just do lat pull-downs. Also, where the internally rotated shoulder position of the chin-up encourages this engaged hollow shape, the pull-up encourages this disengaged loose bottom aesthetic if we're not careful. Loose limbs from not having that full body tension will just lead to lost gains. The neutral grip downsides are just as balanced as its name really, and the biggest con here is that it's more of a jack of all trades, master of none type movement. Now if your goal is solely to be able to perform one vertical pulling exercise, then this isn't so much of a problem. Neutral grip, there you go. But if you have wider goals to do with your pull-ups, be it building muscle or developing skills, then the neutral grip is neither here nor there over the long term. Also, where both the chin-up grip and pull-up grip simply just require a straight bar, a piece of equipment common in most gyms, the neutral grip, however, requires parallel bars, which are not only harder to find, but you're often at the mercy of the width that the manufacturer has chosen. Just a quick honorable mention about grip width here, by the way, and I really do believe too much energy is given to this. Grip width matters, but not as much as you think it might. With chin-ups, we simply cannot go wide. The mechanics of the movement just won't work. With a pronated and neutral grip, the extremes of both really wide and really narrow will make the movement more challenging. So my default steer here is that for all grips, just stick to the natural position you would have if I told you to raise your hands up over your head. So with all of this in mind then, what should we do? Which grip width is better? Well, honestly, and I promise this isn't a cop-out answer, just do whatever you want. Want to just unlock a new overhead pulling movement fast? Then chin-up and neutral grips are your friend. If you have a focus on skill specificity, then perhaps lean more towards pull-ups. Whichever you choose, just make sure it targets your goals, and for good measure, allow your other pulling movements to balance out anything that you may be missing from only choosing one grip type. So for example, if you only really do chin-ups, perhaps also throw in some pronated rolls with more of a focus on scapular retraction. If you only really do pull-ups, make sure that you're including bicep dumbbell curls to better balance the buttocks with the larger muscles in the arms. And crowd, if you want to take a look at how to improve your pull-ups, then check this video out right here.